am I? I am doing much better. You know, I actually woke up feeling good today. So, I'm okay. Thank you, Lily. Good morning, people. Let's get these hearts pumping. Can we get the hearts pumping? Yup. It's about to go down. Hey, Karmic Expressions. No recap video. I always check when I see you live. Dang, that shit's not pushing. I can't do it. I can't do nothing. Did you go to my page? I don't see the recap video. I wonder if they took it. I'll worry about it when I get off. It's some good information in there, but y'all gonna get it here anyways. Oh, this is my shirt. This is one of my shirts. I'm wearing this shirt today because I feel like I'm going to be an a-hole, but I'm going to do it respectfully. Okay? This is one of my shirts. Good morning. I'm not selling them yet because we need to know what's going to happen with TikTok. All right? Shirts are not for sale yet. Even though it's really comfy, it's kind of hot. And the letters bubble out. The letters do bubble out. So, yes. I'm not selling nothing until I figure out what's happening with TikTok. My shirts are sitting just waiting. But this is one of the shirts. I put this shirt on because I'm going to be an asshole today. But I'm going to be respectful about it, okay? Okay? It's what is needed. It's what it's needed. All right. Now, I know y'all want me to get straight into this shit, but I'm going to save him for last, okay? And the reason I want to save him for last because there are more important things than that man. Okay? There are more important things than that man. Good morning, Dar. Hey, Marla. Hey, Nicole. Hey, Ilana. Hey, Miss Gardner. Okay? There are more important things than that man. But we are going to get into that shit. Just let me get the rest of the stuff out. And then I'm going to be this person. All right? People already know how I feel. If you don't like the way I feel, I really don't give a fuck. Now, the first and foremost, I need everybody to keep these kids in your prayers, okay? Yesterday there was another school pew-pewing, and it got overshadowed by that demon. One student was unalived, 2 were injured, and the other person turned on himself, took himself out. That's what? 2 in the last 3 weeks? And I saw videos of children running to people's houses, banging on the doors, asking to be let in. They were running for their lives. But there won't be any changes. You know, there won't be any reform. And we know that. Because after you are pushed out of that glory, our glory, you know what? After they pushed out us, they no longer matter. The Second Amendment matters more than children, more than women, more than men, more than lives. And it's being proven to us every day. No child should have access to these kind of, you know what. If you're a parent and you have these in your house, they need to be locked up. And I mean in a damn case. A case with a combination that your child could never get to. Because this shit is insane. I know it's a small town. And that makes it even worse because those kids are going to have to relive that moment every day. Their mental state is about to be jacked. They're going to have PTSD every time they go to school. Every day they go to school, it's going to be PTSD. We got children now wearing bulletproof backpacks. That is a sentence, y'all. We have children going to school with bulletproof backpacks. These are babies. These are children. The most thing they need to worry about is if they're going to make it to school on time and where their class is. And no, metal detectors is not going to fucking help. Putting security guards is not going to help. Putting retired veterans is not going to help. Having pew reform and making it harder to have access to them is the only thing that's going to help. Pews don't take people out. People take people out. And people have access to these things. Now, do I believe people should have the right to bear arms? Yes, I do. But let me make something very clear. The Second Amendment that y'all like to tote about so much was the right to bear a musket. They never changed the wording of the Second Amendment. They never changed the Second Amendment wording. It's the right to own a musket. Sorry. Y'all know that the Constitution was supposed to evolve as this country evolved. It was never supposed to stay the same. But y'all ain't changed their wording. It's right to bear a musket. Nobody, no civilian should have access to automatic rifles or automatic weapons. If you're not going to war, there's no reason for them. But we just saw a teenager yesterday get arrested. And you know, they went to their house. They found 32 assault rifles in that boy's homes with automatic everything. Automatic 32. What do you need 32 guns for? I'm asking. Why do you need 32? What is the reason? That child had access to 32 automatic AR-15s, silencers, automatic handgun. He had access to all that shit. Yes, he was 13 years old. And he was getting ready to set some shit off. And you know what his mother said? He would have never done that. He was just talking. That's the mother. That's the mother. I'm telling you, school pews only really happen in these areas. And that's not me being racist or anything. That's factual. 90% of school pews are done in these schools, in middle class environments, in middle class areas, in upper class areas. There's something going on with y'all kids that y'all not checking. Y'all are not checking on your children's mental health. Y'all not checking if your kids are getting bullied in school. Y'all not checking on y'all children. My mom stayed on me like white on rice, and she worked 2 jobs. I couldn't sneeze without that woman knowing what I was doing. She knew my cycle. My mama stayed on me. Y'all are not paying attention to your kids. And so stuff like this at Evergreen High School is going to continue to happen. If we don't have gun reform and we don't have parents that are stay on their asses, give them no room to breathe. I would rather suffocate my child until they leave my home than to watch them do some shit like this, because they are not mentally there. And they have not gotten counseling. They're not getting therapy. They don't feel like they can talk. No, I will stay on that shit. I am sorry for these children that have to live with this tragedy for the rest of their life. I'm sorry for the teenager that lost their life and the 2 that have been injured. This is just the beginning of the school year. And we're already watching children being taken out. We're already watching children being taken out. Now I'm going to make this clear. I know a lot of white folks want to say, well, black kids kill each other too. You know what? You're not wrong about that. Every race of people takes each other out. But ours don't do it in schools. It mostly would be gangs. And it be outside of schools. It be nowhere near schools. And it's not as frequent as y'all would like to claim. See, we actually go to school to get an education. And it be in the hood. I went to an inner city school where we shared books and shit. And we never, ever had that happen. Never. We never had that happen. I went to an all black inner city school and we never had that shit happen. We did have somebody calling a prank a BOMB prank. That shit was funny because we got out of school for like 2 days while they searched the whole campus. But we ain't never had nothing like that happen. I never had to worry about my life being in danger. And I went to school with gang members. I went to school with Crips and Bloods. Ain't that some shit? I went to school with Crips and Bloods and I never had to worry about my life being in danger. Because they didn't do that shit there. They waited till they were with each other and they handled that shit with each other. Hey, but who do I know? Maybe I'm so happy my daddy didn't put me in a Catholic school. Shit. I'm so happy I didn't go to Catholic school. I'm so happy I did go to an inner city school. They like, because you're black. Baby, I was raised Catholic. I almost went to Catholic school when I moved to Georgia. I was like, oh, Jesus. Actually, I kind of wanted to go to Catholic school because I was scared to go to school. I was scared to go to school with all black folks. I ain't never been around that many black people. Most of the time going to schools that I went to, they were all white folks. I was like the only black person in the room. I didn't know how to be around black folks except for my family. But I actually learned a lot of shit. I learned a lot of shit. And it ended up pushing me to go to an HBCU. And now I can't stand being around nobody else but my own. Because they're the only ones that get me. It is what it is. Let's keep this boat moving. Now, the EU is about to sanction Israel. Now, I want y'all to hear me now. The EU is about to sanction Israel. They have cut off sending them money as well. Shit is about to get real tight. The European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen announced Wednesday that the European Union has suspended all payments to Israel in response to its ongoing genocide in Gaza and gay violations committed against Palestinians. It's about goddamn time. Cut off they fucking money. And I hope they add sanctions on top of them. I hope it makes it harder for them to trade. I hope it makes it harder for them to get food into their country. I hope it makes it harder for them to do anything. Even though India's ass then already signed a deal with Israel. India, what's up with that? Like, why y'all signing deals with Israel? I'm asking for a friend. Because that shit is crazy. Wow. Everybody else trying to get the fuck away from them. And India goes and signs a bilateral deal with them. I was surprised. I was surprised to see India do that shit. Now, Israel has put a notice on Hamas. And they said, if we didn't get them this time, we will get them the next time. When it came to Qatar. If we didn't get them this time, we're going to get them next time. It's starting to be a setup. It's starting to be a setup. This is a setup. I feel like Frumpy is setting them up. Bringing them to the table and letting Izzy take their hits. That's what I feel like that's what's happening. That is exactly what's happening. And if it wasn't for Yemen, Yemen is the people. Yemen actually got them out. Is it Yemen? Let me make sure. Let me make sure I had that information correct, because I was trying to figure out who actually got them out and saved them. And it surprisingly, is it Yemen? I saw that headline. Yep, I saw that headline this morning. Yep, it was Yemen. Nope. Yep, it's Yemen. Yemen actually got Hamas out of the goddamn country. They helped get them out, and actually saved their lives. So honestly, I'm at the point where I want to see Qatar, Yemen, and Iran go ahead and band together and handle some shit. I'm at that point. I really am. Lisa Cook, y'all give a round of applause to that black woman. She gets to keep her job. The judge blocks Trump's attempt to remove Fed Governor Lisa Cook. Has ruled a temporary reinstate Cook to the Federal Reserve, at least until her case is heard. So she ain't going nowhere. She gonna stay right where she at, because there was no reason to fire her except that she was black and a woman. That's the only reason they want to fire her, because she was black and a woman. She keeping her fucking spot, and I hope she fight, and I hope she win in court, because that's what he's been doing. He's been doing that shit since he got in office. He's been doing it. And Kash Patel is in some shit. The head of FBI. I still don't see. I'm sorry. Every time I see this man, I know he was bullied in school. I know they took his lunch. I know he got dunked in the trash can or in the toilet. I know this. You can just look at him and tell. But 3 former senior FBI officials that were fired last month are suing FBI Director Kash Patel and the Trump administration, alleging that their terminations were a part of a White House directed purge driven at least in part by social media bullying from MAGA loyalists. Now, one of the FBI directors he fired had been there for 20-something years. He'd been there for 20-something years, which means he's been through Republican and Democrat presidents. And you fired him for what? Because he wasn't loyal to Biden. He wasn't loyal to Barack. He wasn't loyal to Bush. He wasn't loyal to Trump. He was doing his job. So why fire him? I hope they win. The former acting FBI director for a month at the start of the second Trump administration, Stephen Jensen, who's Patel installed as assistant director in charge of the Washington field office, and Spencer Evans, who led the Las Vegas field office, alleged that Patel has politicized the FBI to protect his own job. I agree. Yeah. And then he lied yesterday. And saying that they had the pew-pewer in custody. Y'all ain't have nobody. See, this how you know he don't know what the fuck he doing. You don't put out no kind of news until you have a definite answer. The FBI never does that. They move in silence until they have a definite solution or a definite answer, or they have the suspect. They don't go out there and just say shit. They don't go out there and just put shit out there. Like, you know he don't know what the hell he's doing at all. Like, not one goddamn clue. Now, I don't know what's going on in Michigan, but I'm kind of mad. So, a Michigan state judge dismissed charges against the fake electors who signed certificates falsely claiming that Donald Trump won the 2020 election in Michigan. Y'all remember that shit? When Donald Trump was running around the country trying to get votes, trying to find votes, and they had electors in Michigan that were loyalists to him, that signed off on that shit, falsifying documents saying that he won. Yeah, they got to walk. The group includes current and former state GOP officials. So they got jobs after they did that shit. They're part of the Trump administration now. So, a Republican National Committee member, a mayor, a school board member, and Trump supporters who were the plaintiffs in the frivolous lawsuit that tried to overturn the 2020 results. They were facing charges. They dropped them. The judge says this is a fraud case and we have to prove intent, and I don't believe there is enough evidence to prove intent. So they got to walk. Are we surprised? No. We're not surprised. I'm not surprised. I'm not. But that's just what it is. A lot of people that support Trump are going to get off, whether they're guilty or not. They're going to get off. That's just what's going to happen. So don't hold your breath. Like, dang, friend, they didn't let you know, let no pre-live video. I'm sorry. So here's some good news. A U.S. District Judge, Mayon Jones, I hope I said that right, blocks Trump's administration subpoena of trans youth medical records from the Boston Children's Hospital. Like, you trying to go over HIPAA? Why do you need the medical records of children? The only person that should have access to the children's medical records is the doctor and the parents, not the government. So I'm happy they were able to block that, but you know Trump is going to try again. You know Trump is going to try again. He's definitely going to try again. I'm not. It is. Oh, here's some shocking news. Just to make y'all feel a little bit better. An Israeli reserve soldier took his own you-know-what after committing the genocide in Gaza. He did it right before his wedding. Coach Gina, please stop. Coach Gina, please stop. Please stop. It's going to make it look like you spamming it. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, so he took his life before his wedding. I know a lot of those soldiers that were forced to go over there and fight, because a lot of them were forced. A lot of them went because they wanted to, but a lot of them were forced. They had no choice. I know a lot of them are living with some shit. I know them demons are hunting their lives. The ones that actually have conscience, they're hunting them. Do I feel bad? No, I don't. I don't. Yesterday, a shipping container collapsed. A whole shipping container, like the ship, all the containers fell into the California port. That was $300 billion worth of goods gone. So if you had something that was supposed to be coming in from the West Coast, you may not be getting that shit now. I'm sorry. You may not be getting that shit now. It's gone. It's at the bottom. It's what Ariel. It's what Ariel. I'm sorry. The way that shit just trampled over, y'all ain't getting that back. If you get some shit from the West Coast and it don't show up, it was part of that. I'm sorry. I don't know. That Sharks party, not Ariel. Yes, it's with Ariel. We need to take a note. We really need to take pull from Rochester, New York. Okay, if you don't know what happened in Rochester, New York, ICE decided to come down to Rochester, New York, and there were 3 Hispanics, Latinos. I don't know their nationality or their race, but they were working on the house, doing the roofing, doing their job. ICE surrounded the house. And you know what happened? The community came together. A black woman went live and said, hey, I'm making this video. A black woman went live and said, hey, Y'all need to bring y'all asses down here so we can stop ICE from taking these men from doing their jobs. They ran ICE out. The community ran ICE out, and they flattened their tires. They had to get a tow truck. They flattened their tires. That is what we need to be doing. If you're going to do it, just barricade. Just barricade them. That shit was funny. I was like, bro, you can't even drive out. I would be embarrassed. Like, they put, next time, take the battery out the car. Don't just flatten the tires. Take the battery. You know, it'll be all right. Put some sugar in the tank. Nobody ran ICE. Oh, Sandy. Ooh, Sandy. Girl. You may know you need to go get you some Botox. You look like you're cracking, baby. You look like you're struggling a little bit. Go get you some Botox. It's about that time. Clemson. Clemson University has eliminated groups created to support the school's Black, LGBTQ, and veteran. Veteran? Y'all cut the veteran program? Okay, you know what? DEI, I get it. That's Trump shit. But you cut veteran communities for veterans? What the? Among others, in the Upstate University announced. The groups include the Accessibility Commissions, the Asian Pacific Islanders, American Commission, the Commission on Black Experience, the Commission on Latino Affairs, the Commission on LGBTQ Commission, the Veterans Commission, and the Commission of Women. Inside Higher ED reported, God damn, they got everything. They got rid of everything that didn't say white man. They got rid of everything that did not say white man. Woo! Just saying, you know. You gotta think about this. Now, here's some very horrible news. And it has to do with our children. And if you have a child in high school, I really need you to pay up and pay attention. America's high school students are now slipping further in math and reading. Yet Republicans are fixated on dismantling the Department of Education and stoking culture wars. So, the latest NAEP, the National Report Card, shows alarming drops. Nearly half of the seniors can't meet basic math standards, while reading scores have sunk to record lows. COVID-19 accelerated the decline, but years of underfunding, teacher shortages, and political distraction have made the recovery nearly impossible. Y'all more worried about books and clubs. And all children are failing. Not just black, not just people of color, white kids included. All children are failing. And y'all are worried about books and clubs. Y'all won't pay teachers. Teachers should be getting paid as much as doctors. I'm going to say this shit again. Teachers should be getting paid the same as doctors. Nobody wants to teach no fucking more because they can't afford it. They cannot afford it. I know so many of my friends who are teachers that have second jobs. They work through summer school. They don't take time off. They have a side hustle because they cannot afford it, but they love teaching. I've seen teachers go into debt trying to provide for their classrooms. They are building our future, and yet they cannot afford a fucking house. They can't afford a car. That's one of our biggest problems. And the other problem is y'all took a lot of shit out of high schools that need to go back in. I remember having writing class. I remember having debate. That was critical thinking skills right there. after school programs gone to help students that were lagging behind. I remember in middle school, I was a straight A student. I would tutor kids after school. I tutored kids after school. They don't have those programs anymore. And I got extra credit for doing so I didn't mind. Home economics, taking music out of schools. Music is very vital to children, especially with their capacity to learn. Because if you can read music, baby, you are up there. Art is vital. All this plays into factors when it comes to math and reading. Y'all took this shit out of these schools. Y'all cut funding. And y'all wonder why our students are illiterate. Y'all wonder why our children are illiterate. Oh no, baby, my credit is fine. My credit is actually a 785. I checked this morning. Ow. Sorry, that was YouTube talking about I need a credit repair. Because I learned how to balance a checkbook. You know, that was something else I learned in school, how to balance a checkbook in home ec. Because we had home economics, which taught us about banking, not just cooking. I learned how to bank in school. I learned how to write checks in school. I learned how to balance my account in school. I can count because a bitch don't want to be broke. But y'all are worried about kids of diversity having programs and having groups that they can talk to each other, they can communicate with each other, they can help each other. Y'all more worried about programs that help people feel like they're safe in school, and y'all worried about books that actually tell the truth about history, then y'all actually worried about kids getting an education, teachers being paid what they should deserve to be paid in order for them to teach these kids. Y'all are just, and I'm not saying y'all, I'm saying Republicans. Let me make this very, Republicans. Republicans care more about culture wars than they care about the education of their children. Majority of red states have below reading levels. Actually, yeah, that's about right. About 80-90% of y'all are below reading levels. Most of y'all are lower in education, or low in illiteracy. A lot of y'all children can't read or write, but y'all want them to put a Bible in their hands. They can't read the fucking Bible. Y'all want to put the 10 Commandments in school. They can't read the damn 10 Commandments. They barely can write their goddamn name. I watch teachers on TikTok tell us how illiterate these students are, and they just get pushed through. Y'all worried about God. Your children can't even read, let alone spell God. But this is Trump's work. He wants your children stupid, white, and everyone else. Y'all don't understand. Classism is going to get y'all asses messed up. Because what's going to end up happening is minorities like Hispanics and Latinos and Asians and Indians and Native Americans and black folks, we're going to start creating our own schools. We're going to start teaching like a village again. Our children will be educated whether you like it or not. And y'all asses are still going to be in them damn schools and y'all ain't going to learn a goddamn thing. That's what's going to end up happening. Y'all want to go back to segregated schools? Okay, let's do that. Let's go back to segregated schools. Let's see who falls out first. Because I'm going to tell you one thing. Black parents don't play when it comes to going to school. They don't play that shit. Mom, I don't feel good. Oh, go drink some water. Take your ass to school. You get an education. Because that's all we got. That's all we have at the end of the day is our fucking knowledge. That's one thing y'all can't take from us no matter how much y'all try. Is our knowledge. And knowledge will be power at the end of the day. And we will not let our children be subjected to the dumbass shit that y'all want for this country, which is uneducated children. We ain't doing that. We're not doing that. So, I hope with these numbers coming out that there'll be some legislation put in to get our children back on the right track and start implementing more programs and more classes that actually can help them. Because that is crazy. That's crazy. France is burning down. I don't know what everything that's going on. France is burning. And when I say France is burning, I mean Paris, Lyon, Marseille, Toulouse. I hope I said Toulouse. Yeah, they set that shit on fire. The citizens are pissed off. You think Nepal was fucking shit up? French people are fucking it up even more. So, there's fury over a $50 billion proposed budget cuts that has plunged the city. $50 billion of budget cuts. I don't know exactly what they cutting, but obviously the citizens are pissed the fuck off. The nation, there is a nationwide block everything movement saw 175,000 protesters mount 800 demonstrations, blocking roads, setting fires, and clashing with police in Paris, Lyon, Marseille, and Toulouse. I hope I said that right. Authorities deployed 80,000 officers. 80,000 officers have been deployed, firing tear gas, making nearly 500 arrests. That ain't enough. Ain't enough. With the government collapsing and no confidence in votes, unions, far left and far right groups have unified, fueling louder calls for President Emmanuel to be resigned. That man just put like the 9th prime minister in is it the 9th one? I think it's the 9th. He just appointed his 9th prime minister. I want to make sure I have that right. God damn, 9? Yeah, I think it's his 9th prime minister he's put in place. Yeah, France ain't happy. Yep. Sorry, his 7th prime minister. It's the 7th prime minister in less than 9 years. It was 9 years, 7 prime ministers. So, they're supporting the Confederation of General Workers. Oh, it's a trade union. It's a union. Okay. The protest movement is social media based and supported by CGT, the Confederation of General Workers, the largest trade union in the country. Yeah. Go off. Viva la France! I love when people take it to the streets. I love it. They don't like the anti-government. They ain't with that shit. Now, I'm going to say this. Thank you. I'm going to say this. I hope it does not affect his lawsuit against Candace Owens. And I'm going to keep saying that shit because I do want her to go down. I'm not lying. I'm serious. I do want her to go down. I mean, that's the least. That's the least we could do. You know? Thank you. That's the least we could do. We could let them go down. Now, rumors are spreading that Barron Trump flunked out of NYU. If anybody goes to NYU, can y'all confirm or deny this shit? Because he moved into the White House. Barron, you couldn't cut it? Daddy couldn't buy your way out of this one? Like father, like son? I'm just saying. Barron looks like the guy from American Psycho. I'm just saying. Get him some black gloves and we're good. Hey, y'all look at us all the time and y'all say we look like people. Hell, he looked like he gonna commit some crimes in the future. They may be white collared, but they're gonna happen. They may be white collared, but they're going to happen. Elania's not the richest man in the world anymore. I know his feelings are hurt. His feelings have to be hurt after that. I would be mad. He's officially been overtaken by Larry Ellison on the list of the world's richest men. The chief technology officer of Oracle. Wealth grew a staggering $100 billion in less than 24 hours. He is now worth $388 billion. God damn, you made $100 billion in less than an hour? Oh, he ugly. He got money though. My bad. I saw his picture. Woo. You ain't getting nothing from me, so you can just stop looking. I know you came up here because you wanted some chips. You're not getting no chips. It is not happening. Bill Gates. Sorry, not Bill Gates. Apple shares slipped 1.48%, immediately after unveiling their iPhone 17 lineup. It looks like Samsung's phone. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It looks like a Samsung's phone. Wiping out nearly $50 billion in the market in just one trading day. The drop followed the September 9th launch event, where inventor reactions quickly shaved Apple's valuation from about $3.5 trillion down to 3.48. It's not bad. Proof that the small percentage swings can erase staggering sums. Ma'am, I need you to sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Okay. So, I'm going to tell you right now, iPhone is a scam. iPhone is a scam. They are scamming y'all. They give y'all a change of a color. They put the cameras in another place. And then they make y'all buy all new accessories for that new phone. Have y'all noticed that there is no Samsung store where you can go get your shit fixed? There's no Samsung store where you can go get your shit fixed. You want to know why? Because all I have to do is restart my phone or update it. That's it. Restart my phone or update. Fixes all my problems. Every last one of them. I've had this one phone that I'm on YouTube with. I've had this phone for, I think, 8 years. The same Samsung phone for 8 years. I don't need to update. I don't need to. I literally drove off and this car was on top of my roof. Hit the ground. Nothing. I dropped it in the shower. Nothing. And you know what? My accessories were free. It came with the phone. Y'all getting screwed over with these iPhones. They pretty, but that's just about it. Yes, I dropped it in the shower. Y'all getting played. And plus, iPhone gets their chips to recharge their phones from the Congo. So every time you buy an iPhone, you're unaliving a child in Congo, because they're the ones that are digging for those minerals to put and make those chips to have iPhones running. So you're actually contributing to the annihilation of children, to the raping of women, to the kidnapping of boys, just for a phone that doesn't work after a couple of years. Hell, not even after a couple of years. So how about y'all put that damn phone down and save a life? I'm just saying. I'm just saying, if you did not know that, you know it now. And those minerals are toxic. So those children that are being kidnapped and stolen to dig into those caves, that mud, barefoot, in the rain, in the heat, is it worth it? Is it worth it? I don't think that's worth. I don't think someone's life is worth a damn phone. I'm just saying. I mean, I know white folks in YouTube, they love to hear about black babies not making it. They get a kick out of that. But anybody that has a moral compass, I don't think it's worth it. That's just it. Yes, it's a Halloween pillow. I decorate for Halloween at the end of August. I'm going to do a tour. Don't worry. I'm going to post a tour one day if this phone is still here. If the phone is still, if it's still here, let's see. Ooh. Oh, I don't know if there's infighting in California. Hello from Detroit. There's some infighting in California. So, according to ABC, Mayor Karen Bass, she's endorsing Antonio Villaraigosa. I hope I said that. Villaraigosa. God damn it, I hate pronouncing names. Villaraigosa? Villaraigosa for governor. I ain't never heard of him. But a lot of people are saying not Butch Ware. So I guess Andrew Cuomo, I mean not Andrew Cuomo, I guess whatchamacallit may be running for president after all. I guess Gavin may be running for president after all. He was the mayor of LA before. Okay. Okay. So Gavin must be running. Because that's kind of, you know, that makes sense. That kind of makes sense, but I guess we'll see. Some of y'all may not agree with me, and frankly, I don't give a shit. It is what it is. But I do agree that President Joe Biden's decision to run for re-election was reckless. Kamala Harris said it. I agree. Somebody get that watch my NUDES video out of here, please. I agree. I do. And I want y'all to understand this. Trump did not win by a landslide. He won by what, 3 million? That's not a landslide. Actually, no, it wasn't 3 million. It was less than that. I honestly feel that if Kamala Harris had a full campaign, a full time to fully campaign, it would have been different. Maybe she would have been able to win over a couple of more people. But Biden sticking his head out and doing this again, knowing good and well, he was sick and his age was getting at his ass. Yeah, I do agree it was reckless. It was reckless. I agree. 1.68%, 1.69 million votes was a determining factor. Thank you, cool. Thank you. Yeah, your president didn't win by a lot. He won by 1.69 million. That's just not fucking enough. That's just not enough for me. We need to give kudos to Representative Sarah Jacobs. She went on the House floor and let everybody know. I know Republicans don't want to hear this because y'all love getting on transgender people. That a lot of Republican women get gender affirming care. And actually a lot of Republican men get gender affirming care. When you get Botox, that is gender affirming care. When you get lip filler, that is gender affirming care. When you get your boobs done, that is gender affirming care. When you do anything to your body that God did not give to you, you are using gender affirming care. You idiots. And Nancy Mace was big mad. Big mad. So for all you little Republican ladies that like to get them big old, you know what? That's gender affirming care, sweetheart. Those butt fillers y'all get to look black, that's gender affirming care. Those nose jobs that y'all get right out of high school as a graduation present, that's gender affirming care. To fix that double chin, that's gender affirming care. To get a facelift, gender affirming care. Y'all get more gender affirming care than transgender people. I'm just serious. When you sit in that damn tanning booth, that's gender affirming care. Oh shit, that's funny. That's gender affirming care. When you go try to change the color of your skin by sitting in a tan bed, that is gender affirming care. So I think Republicans get more gender affirming care than the whole trans community. I really do. I really do. That shit is funny. Melania gets gender affirming care. That tan is not real. She kind of looked like a little burnt toast. Just not there. Well, remember that law that I said was passing in Louisiana about, men getting cash if they did some effed up stuff to a child or a woman? It's about to go down. So, a man accused of raping a 4-year-old and infecting her with an STD reportedly faces cash, or the D penalty. I'm with it. I actually prefer him to be cast and make him live with that. I really don't prefer for y'all to get the D penalty. I prefer for y'all to be cast and y'all have to live that life without it. Don't take them out. Make them walk around in shame that they don't have their manhood anymore. Don't cut it off. Don't unalive them. Give them the opportunity to live the rest of their life knowing they could never please themselves or anyone else in their life. That's my thing. He don't need the D penalty. He needs to be. And make sure you take the thing swinging in between. Take it all. Ooh, he gonna be like the what's it called? What's those people called in Game of Thrones? What were they called? Y'all know who I'm talking about. Game of Thrones. Daenerys Targaryen people. What were their names? Because they didn't have eunuch. Yeah, they didn't have none of them. The warriors, the eunuchs, the munchins. Yeah, they were going to be eunuchs. That's what y'all going to be, eunuchs now. Woo! That's going to be funny. I can't wait to see the reaction of how that works with them. Okay. So, now that we've gotten all the other news out, it is time for Charlie Kirk. It is time for Charlie Kirk. So, Charlie Kirk's last words were gang violence. Speaking about black people. How ironic he got took out by somebody who looks like him. It's ironic. He got took out by somebody that actually looks like him when he was talking about us. There was no DEI there, sir. DEI was nowhere there. No DEI in the room. No DEI anywhere. It was your people. Your people. You sat there and you talked about black folks so bad there was one of your own that told you to shut up. Now I'm going to say this. That man was a precision you know what. He was precision. He's either been military trained or he's been training all his life, because that type of shot from 200 yards off a roof, baby. And he made sure he hit him in a place where he would not make it. Through and through. Through and through. Now I'm going to say this. I don't wish him thoughts and prayers. I hope that elevator went down, and I hope that while he is down there, he has to serve people that he's that he demolished while he was on earth. I hope that is his retribution. I hope that's what he has to do. He has to serve everybody he ever spewed hate towards. And yes, Charlie Kirk did not believe in empathy or sympathy. So I'm doing exactly what he said. I'm practicing what he preached. He did not believe in empathy or sympathy. That was his own words. So I don't know why people on the right are begging us to feel bad for this man. He didn't feel bad. He went out how he preached. He went out in the world in an environment that he helped create. I'm going to make this very clear. If it wasn't for Charlie Kirk, Trump would not be in office. He helped spread that toxic rhetoric that made our youth turn to Trump for help. So I guess since they couldn't get old boy, they got him. He was misogynistic. He was a racist. He was sexist. He was a white Christian nationalist. He only believed that white men mattered. And you think I'm supposed to care about that? He said so many derogatory things about black people over the years, I cannot count. But look, it wasn't one of us that took him. It wasn't even one of us. It was one of y'all own that took him out. They're saying it's a college student. They're saying it may be a college student. They found the pew in the woods. They found footprints, but ain't found him. He is still at large. They did arrest an older man, but let him go. And now every commentator, every Republican political head is using and galvanizing Charlie Kirk as a goddamn hero, a father. I don't give a fuck about him being somebody's daddy. I don't care. I'm actually, I take back I wish I would take down the video down if it didn't have other stuff in it. But actually, I'm okay with his daughters not having him around. I'm okay. Because all he would have done was spread that toxic hate to them. I'm okay with his children not having that man around. He made it very clear that if his 10-year-old daughter was raped, he would force her to have that child and live with that trauma her whole life. I'm okay. Get him away from those babies. Maybe they'll have a shot in hell of having a normal life. Because that is toxic. He didn't believe in women having rights to their own bodies. He didn't believe in women in voting. He didn't believe in women having public office. He didn't believe in any of that shit. Unless they were in his interests. I am not sad that this man is gone. I'm not. Actually, I kind of giggled a little bit. And it kind of brought me out of my depression. Thank you, Charlie. I appreciate that. But it brought me out of a little bit of my depression. You know? And I'll make this very clear. White people, please stop asking black folks to say, please stop telling black people violence isn't the answer. This country was founded on violence. By y'all. Y'all are the most violent people in the world. You cannot tell us violence isn't the answer when you guys created this. This is your baby. This is your baby. This is your baby. You grew this baby from inception of this country. The right spews so much hate. Anti-black, anti-LGBTQ, anti-immigrant, anti-woman. Y'all spew so much hate on y'all side that when it's Uno reverse, now it's violence is not the answer. It's only not the answer when it happens to y'all. It's only not the answer when it happens to y'all. Charlie Kirk said people need to be sacrificed every now and then by pew-pews in order to keep the Second Amendment. I don't think he ever thought it was going to be him that was going to be sacrificed. He said prove him wrong, and they did on his first tour, his first leg of his tour. They said prove him wrong, and he did. And they did on the first stop of his tour. Done. What you want us to do about that? That wasn't us. Y'all want us to feel bad for a man who's actively a part of our oppression. You want me to feel sorry for a man that does not care about me whatsoever and spews rhetoric that could cost me my life, my well-being. I'm black, I'm a woman, and I'm part of the LGBTQIA plus community. 3 strikes. He could have went and played in traffic and I would not have cared. Y'all cannot ask sympathy from people that this man has spreaded hate against his whole time being in front of the public eye. You want us to feel sympathy for a racist? No. Do I believe violence is the answer? No. Am I opposed to gun? You know what? I am. But baby, when you build your shit on violence, hate, racism, sexism, and that shit comes back on you, that is karma meeting you at the front door and saying hello. I don't give a fuck if he was married. I don't care that he was a father. That man was a detriment to me, my people, on all sides. So, he went out the way he preached. I don't give a fuck about it. Because right now, this man is about to receive the Medal of Honor. For what? One of the highest awards that you can receive as a civilian. He's about to get the Medal of Honor from Trump for being a racist, for being sexist, for being misogynistic, for being a white Christian nationalist, for being an Nazi. Yeah. You also have politicians blaming the left when we don't even know who the person is that took him out. We know he was white. We know he was a male. But now you have politicians blaming the left for this. This man decided to put his ass out there, go on campuses, which, let me make something very clear. Utah had 6,000 signatures to not have this man on campus. The students did not want him there. 6,000 signatures. Nobody wanted him on that campus. And you thought in the place of Utah, where gun laws are relaxed, that was safe? Oh yeah, Utah is an open carry state. They have more pew-pews in the country than the national average. Okay? Okay? I'm just being real. No state permit required to possess any rifle, shot, or hand. You can walk on a campus and have one on you real quick. They don't care about criminal background histories. They don't care about licensed dealers. There is no state permit required to purchase any of this shit. And you hello? This man had security. Security couldn't stop that bullet. Security couldn't stop that bullet. I'm just saying, you want us to you breeded this environment. Republicans, y'all don't believe in gun safety. Y'all don't believe in laws that puts these kind of weapons outside of people's hands to lower the rate of people being unalived. You know, children are unalived by pew-pews more than anything else in this goddamn country? Only in the United States can you have one school pew pew over another school pew pew at the same goddamn time. Only in America. Only in America. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I hope old dude get away. I hope he clears somewhere else. He done dyed his hair. He done set everything on fire. He's on his way to Mexico. And if he is caught, please let us know where we can put money on his books at. He is now up there with Luigi. He is now up there with Luigi. I'm just saying. That he right there with Luigi with me, my boy. Free Luigi, by the way. He is right there with Luigi. So Republicans are quickly politicizing Charlie Kirk's unaliving, blaming Democrats for the pew-pews, despite the party relentless calling for stricter gun laws. Now that is true. Democrats, we require and we ask all the time for stricter gun laws. Republicans are paid. Y'all are paid by gun lobbyists to keep gun laws relaxed so they can keep selling them. Y'all want us to be mad at something y'all created. Again, y'all don't give a damn about kids being unalived in school, but Charlie Kirk goes out and now he gets a Medal of Freedom. And Trump put the goddamn flag poles at the flags at half-mast. Charlie Kirk was not a president, a political figure. He didn't run for no fucking office. He didn't serve in no goddamn armed forces. There's no reason for them flags to be at half-mast. That is disrespectful. That is disrespectful to the men and women that do serve. I've never seen flags be flown at half-mast for children. Never. I've never seen Congress stop in the middle of a goddamn session to pray for children. But y'all prayed for Charlie Kirk? Y'all prayed for Charlie Kirk. Grown-ass men are crying over Charlie Kirk. Y'all don't cry over children being unalived at a high rate while they're trying to get an education. Y'all don't cry when people are being unalived by a crazy, you know what, walking into a grocery store or church. No, y'all give them McDonald's. But one of your supremacists get taken out and all hell breaks loose. It's gotten so bad, I'm going to let y'all hear this shit. And then I'm going to read y'all some of the tweets that have been pushed out by these MAGA nuts. Let me find that video real quick.
This video is in regards to Charlie Kirk. And this video is for the fucking liberals. It's war, motherfuckers.
Hold on.
We're coming for you. We're coming for you. And spare me your fucking self-righteous bullshit. This video's in regards to Charlie Kirk. And this video's for the fucking liberals. It's war, motherfuckers. We're coming for you. We're coming for you. And spare me your fucking self-righteous bullshit. Lectures, I don't give a fuck. We're coming for you.
Why I don't have sympathy. Because these folks want a whole...
Hold on, let me see. Somebody just said the police just released. Hold on. Police have released a shot of the gunman that took out Charlie Kirk. Picture of the gunman that took out Charlie Kirk.
I got the latest for picture of the gunman that took out Charlie Kirk. The first headline, from my NBC5 on MSN.com, is FBI releases photos of a person of interest in Charlie Kirk's shooting.
I'm looking for the photo. I don't see the photo. I'm looking for the photo. I don't see the photo. Let me see images. They don't have a photo of him. I know it's a white man. Go to CNN. Okay, hold on. Oh, okay. Of course. And he's wearing an American flag on his shirt. He's wearing an American flag on his shirt, y'all. He's wearing an American flag. How ironic. He's a patriot. Now, we don't even know if this is him. We don't even know if this is him. But we're gonna continue. We're gonna continue. They're trying to identify this person. I don't know if this is the person or not, but we're gonna run with it. We know it's not one of us. He's not an immigrant. He's not a woman. He's not black. He's not Muslim. He's not Islamic. He's not Asian. He's not Southeast Asian. He's not Mexican. He's white. He's not trans. He's not LGBTQI. I doubt it looking like that. He can't dress. Yeah. Oops. Now, the MAGA people, they want war, and even it has gotten to the top on Fox News. When I say Fox News has also stated this, they're complacent in this as well. Jesse Waters vows we're gonna avenge Charlie's, unaliving. Now, Matthew Dowd was fired from the MSNBC this morning for his comments on Charlie Kirk. And I'm going to let y'all hear his comments because they weren't bad. They were actually the truth. But of course, somebody called in to get him fired.
Said he's been one of the most divisive, especially divisive younger figures in this, who is constantly sort of pushing this sort of hate speech or sort of aimed at certain groups. And I always go back to hateful thoughts lead to hateful words, which then lead to hateful actions. But following up on what was just said, he's been one of the most divisive.
So what did he say that was wrong? Divisive, hateful words lead to hateful actions. That's all facts. I would sue. I would sue if I was Matthew Dowd. I would sue MSNBC for firing me for nothing. I would sue. Now, here's some of the...
Trump gets hit in the ear.
Oh.
Charlie gets shot dead. They came after Kavanaugh with a rifle to his neighborhood. They went after Musk's cars. They just shot 2 Jews outside the embassy. Think about it. Scalise got shot, barely survived. It's happening. You got trans shooters. You got riots in LA. They are at war with us. Whether we want to accept it or not, they are at war with us. And what are we going to do about it? How much political violence are we going to tolerate? And that's the question we're just going to have to ask ourselves. Now, Charlie would want us to put as much pressure on these people as possible. Dana nailed it. This is unacceptable and has to stop. And it has to stop.
Let's make something very clear. Every last incident he mentioned were all white people. But he mentioned the riots in LA. And he said trans shooter. So he's dog whistling. He's dog whistling. No Democrat. You know what? The fact of the matter is Trump sat there and had a whole fucking national news report on Charlie Kirk. But when those representatives that were unalived in Minnesota happened, he could not even fucking call Tim Walz. He couldn't even pick up the phone to call Tim Walz. Do you see the point in this shit? They don't care. As long as it's not them. As long as it's not them, they don't give a shit. And now they're trying to say everybody's after them. Your own people are against you. And I'm saying your own people, white folks, this is white on white crime. This ain't got shit to do with nobody else. This is white on white crime. Ain't nobody else doing shit. We are sitting here watching this shit happen. This is in-house fighting. Whether it's left or right, this is in-house fighting. This ain't got shit to do with nobody else but y'all. All I need is one shot, and baby, come on. Sorry, somebody put one shot. That's not my fault. That just my ADHD came out. I'm sorry. It was music. It's music. Okay, so I'm going to read some of the tweets that have been put out when it came to Charlie Kirk. So, libs of TikTok, this is war. The Democratic Party, Joey Manaroni, the Democratic Party must be classified as domestic terror organization and their members and leaders treated accordingly. Enough is enough. Brian Eastwood, Charlie Kirk getting you know what is the you know what heard around the country. No, it's not. I'm ready for civil war. You want to fight? You going to get it. Oilfield Rando. I don't want the National Guard sent to Democrat cities anymore. I want the Air Force sent, which means he wants to drop you know what. We've seen that before in black cities. Sean Davis, when Democrats lost elections, they couldn't steal. They unalived the people they were unable to defeat. When does that ever happen? When does that ever happen? I don't think that's ever happened. It's never happened. Ron Filkowski. Trump issues a statement after Kirk's unaliving, blaming the rhetoric on the radical left. Our rhetoric didn't have shit to do with this. Let me make something very clear to all you racist people out here. Left rhetoric has nothing to do with what happened with Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk happened to what happened to Charlie Kirk. The only time you hear us speaking is to combat the misinformation, the hate, and the racism that y'all spew. We had nothing to do with what happened with Charlie Kirk. If you are okay with racism, that is you. But that doesn't mean everybody else is okay with it. If you're okay with white Christian nationalism, that is you. But that doesn't mean we have to accept that rhetoric. And it doesn't mean we can't counter it. Democrats never counter with hate. We counter with facts, trying to bring people together, trying to get people to vote so they can use their vote and exercise their vote the proper way to get y'all out of the way. In unity, y'all stoke the flames of division. And the only reason y'all pissed off because the roosters came home to crow. And it took somebody that was detrimental to children and to college students. It's like a breeding ground, an infestation of planting seeds in these young minds that would do nothing but spread more hate. And y'all doing it now. Y'all are mad that people have no sympathy for this man, and yet y'all are threatening people's lives. Y'all are using the actions of one person to target a whole group of people. That sounds about white. Y'all did that to black people for most of our lives. And baby, let me tell you something. Black people and people of color are desensitized to people being alive in America because it's been happening for hundreds of years. We've watched our people be swung from trees, thrown into lakes, drowned, quartered, whipped, the life out of them. And you think we give a fuck about one of y'all being gone? Y'all like to act like violence just started. Be fucking for real. Y'all like to act like this country just started being violent. Now, political figures being attacked is nothing new to us. Y'all took Medgar Evers from us. Y'all took MLK from us. Y'all took Martin Luther King from us. We ain't fucking new to this shit. We true to this shit. Y'all are mad because it's one of yours that's finally getting taken out by your own people. I'm going to say it again. White on white crime is the issue. Shut down their campuses? Okay. Y'all keep going there. Gunther Engelman said they've declared war. When have we said that shit? We don't even want the National Guard on the grounds in this country. Why would we want war? Yes, Utah is a red state. One said there's no going back after this. There's no more words to be said. The only way this ends is complete annihilation of the Democratic Party. Chill, you don't have armor or a gun. Is that a threat? Is that a threat, Dark Mountains? Hold on, let me make sure I screenshot you. I got you, Dark Mountain. Baby, you're going to go to the FBI. And I do have somebody that can find and track your IP address, okay? So, thank you for that information. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you. See, I like those type of threats. So, Matt Formey, Charlie Kirk being assassinated is an American rich stag fire. It is time for a complete crackdown on the left. Every Democratic politician must be arrested and the party banned under RICO. The fuck? RICO? Where did RICO come from? Every libertard commentator must be shut down for terrorism. They caused this. You know what? I've never really reported on Charlie Kirk. Because I personally don't want to spread that type of negativity on my platform. It is time to bring the hammer down on the left. Let's see. The left lectured us for the last decade about dangers of violence from the right. And yet Charlie Kirk was, and attempts on Charlie Kirk and Trump happened. Those are Republicans. Republicans took a aim at Trump. Or do y'all forget that shit? They were registered Republicans. Those are the people that took a aim at Trump on both occasions. It's your own people. Your own people are doing this shit. And they white. They're white people. What the fuck? Okay, the Democratic Party is a domestic terrorist organization whose most fanatics will not hesitate to unalive their political opponents. This was not a one-time event. Of course it wasn't, but it wasn't Democrats. It was Republicans. Republicans went to Minnesota and tried to unalive as many representatives from the Democratic Party as possible. Republicans are the one that tried to attack Trump twice. What do you want? That is y'all fault. It's coming, the call is coming from inside the house. I think you need to pick up the fucking phone. The last time the radical left orchestrated a wave of violence and terror, J. Edgar Hoover shut it all down within a few years. It is time within the confines of the law to infiltrate, disrupt, arrest, and incarcerate all those who've been responsible for this chaos. J. Edgar Hoover? The fuck? Oh, y'all really trying to go back to them times, ain't you? Okay. They want us to be up. Laura Loomer. It is time for the Trump administration to shut down, defund, and prosecute every single leftist organization. If Charlie Kirk unalives from his injuries, his life cannot be in vain. We must shut these lunatic leftists down once and for all. The left is a national security threat. Yeah. Elon, if they won't leave us in peace, then our choice is to fight or you know what. Boy, you better worry about your money and stop worrying about a country that you ain't even a part of. Elon, you don't even go here. You don't even go here. And Gavin Newsom, shut up before you start fucking up your run. Please shut up. Gavin Newsom talking about we need to honor Charlie Kirk's life. You got me fucked up. I ain't honoring shit, Gavin. I'm not honoring a man who saw my life and my being as worthless. I'm not honoring a man who said that we should have stayed in slavery. I'm not honoring a man that said the civil rights was a problem and should have never done it. I'm not honoring a man who calls black women moronic and says that black men are uneducated and they can't keep families and they don't stay home as fathers. Because let me make something very fucking correct. As of right now, as we speak, black fathers are in the homes more than any other goddamn race. So Gavin, shut up. Because as easy as we picked you, we can dethrone you. And you know when black people start to speak, everybody listens. Not enough, but they listen enough. Don't get fucked up. Don't fuck up your movement. Don't do that. Talking about I had Charlie. He was very, good at debating. There is nothing to debate. There are things that are not debatable. Racist are not debatable. Misogynistic is not debatable. White Christian nationalism is not debatable. Anti-anything, anti-LGBTQIA, anti-trans is not fucking debatable. It is hate. And I'm not giving congratulations. I'm not wishing nobody nothing who is a hateful human being. The thing about it is y'all don't like the fact that we don't give a fuck about somebody who was hateful leaving this earth. We don't care. I'm not out there dancing in the street, but I can sleep at night. I don't care about a man that saw my existence as worthless not being here no more. I actually, first day in the last couple of weeks that I don't feel my depression eating my ass up. I feel good today. I feel good. That is one less person spreading hateful rhetoric in this country. That is one less person poisoning the minds of our youth. Now, he's going to be a martyr no matter what. He's going to be a martyr. And there are a list of influencers on the political side that people are aiming at. And I'm just going to make this very clear. Both sides of my family is military. Marines, Air Force, Navy, Army, and National Guard. They believe in having the Second Amendment right. So, and I also have a side of the family that doesn't have a problem going to jail. I don't call that side of the family for a reason. Because if they heard I cough wrong and somebody did it, they're getting in the truck. So, if you decide you want to come this way, you will be leaving with a couple of things you didn't show up with. And if I'm happen to be taken out, you better pray to God that you get the fuck out the country. Because my family is heavy on both sides. You don't like the way I speak? It's called the First Amendment. I don't spread hate. I spread facts. You don't like facts being spread? Then start doing your homework so we don't have to. You want people to stop using pew-pews on each other? Then stop spreading the reason for this shit, which is hate. Hate got Charlie taken out. Hate. That's what it was. Hate put his life in danger. And he did not mind spreading it. He did not mind spreading it. He didn't mind giving a fuel to hatred in this country and division in this country. He did not care about it because it supplied him, it fueled him, it made him rich. It gave him a superiority complex. He acted as if he was untouchable. He did not live in fear. He was a white man in a country he believed was built for him and him only. And somebody caught him slipping. Ironically, another white man. If y'all would stop spreading hate and division, our political people would not be forced to hide, barricade, wear bulletproof vests. But there is so much hate coming from the White House down that your own people are being targeted. I've never seen this many political figures in 1 year, not even a year, the year ain't even done, being attacked. And it comes from Donald Trump. All of this comes from Donald Trump. Baby, I can't be a racist. I can't affect no one's life. I can't be a racist or prejudiced. I can't. That's your word. You own it. Own that word. Don't kick them out. Love that word. Your people created that word for division. Financially, I cannot fuck up anybody's life. I can't affect anything from y'all. I can't be racist or prejudiced. I don't have the money or the stature in this country to do so. You just don't like me being black and having a voice. You just don't like me being black and having a voice. That is a word you created, you own. That's the only thing y'all run from. Accountability. Y'all run from accountability. It's not racist to speak facts. And the facts is y'all spread hate. Y'all spread division. And that's the reason Charlie is gone now. Because sooner or later, hate will catch up to you. Sooner or later, that rhetoric will catch up to you. He breeded that. He created that. That's the life that he wanted. That's the world he wanted. He wanted a world of hate. And look what happened. I always tell people when I get off this damn platform to say something nice to each other, to love on each other. Because that is what we need. But we're not going to get that when we have people out there actively trying to brainwash our youth, trying to divide, trying to dismantle shit that brought us together. And y'all are mad at us for not being mad that he's gone. Y'all gonna be mad when old boy gets checked out indefinitely. 'Cause baby, when that happens, I'm throwing a party. When that happens, I'm gonna have a big one rolled. Y'all think we don't care now? Oh, we definitely gonna care then. We definitely gonna care then. Y'all think we don't care now? We are definitely going to care then. We gonna have t-shirts. We gonna have rap songs. We gonna have a new dance. We gonna have cookouts everywhere. Y'all remember when Jeezy Kid, my president is black, my Lambo is blue, and I be goddamn. It's gonna be another song just like that. Yep. Y'all ain't even gonna have to make the shirts. We'll make them for y'all. It is gonna be a national holiday. It's just gonna be like Napoleon going out or Hitler going out. That's how it's gonna feel for us. Our oppressor is gone. That's just the truth. He's toxic to this country. He's toxic to America. He's done nothing for this country yet. I've been waiting to see some of his policies having a great effect on this country, and it's not. More people are losing their health care. More people are losing their jobs. There's nowhere to stay. Food is high. Gas has not gone down. Every country wants to fight us. We can't afford to even borrow from nobody. And then our country is on a fucking swivel because we got people on the right ready to take everybody out. Y'all want to hate the smallest group in the world are trans people. And y'all target them. They not the problem. White Christian nationalism is. It's a cult. I go to the grocery store and buy 5 things and it's $50, $60. That is a problem. I can't afford to buy a new car. That's a problem because interest rates are up the ass because we have inflation. Everything is fucking high. He not worried about that. He's worried about schools teaching about slavery. He's worried about museums telling the truth about America. He's worried about hardworking people in this country that actually pay taxes being here because they're brown. And yet nothing in this country has gotten better. Because ain't none of y'all finna go work those jobs those immigrants have been taken from. Y'all are lazy. But hey, a win is a win. I don't feel bad. I don't care. I hope that medal is thrown in that coffin right along with him. Because he doesn't deserve a Medal of Freedom. He does not deserve the Medal of Freedom. That is a disgrace to anybody that's ever been awarded the Medal of Freedom. Oh, and baby, I'm not on food stamps. I can't afford to be on food stamps. Food stamps I don't qualify for. I actually tried to see if I qualify for that shit, but I make too much damn money. But I don't make enough money to be able to buy a house or a new car. Make that make sense. Make that. I don't qualify to be on any assistance, government assistance. But I can't even buy a goddamn car or a house without my interest rates going up. Crazy work. With that, I will see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a good day. Bye. To all the racists in YouTube land, bye. Make sure y'all love on each other. And to all my followers, I appreciate y'all. Bye.